All right, good morning. I apologize for being late. I was across the street at the Ontario Nonprofit Housing Association conference where Mayor Chow gave a very impassioned speech about what we should be doing for affordable housing. And I just want to speak to you today briefly, there we go, about some of the history of this site over the last 5 years at 140 Merton. I want to be explicitly clear. We support this site 100%. This site is fantastic. This site should have gone faster, and the city should have been more aggressive from the outset in delivering this site. From left to right on the screen in front of you here, you're going to see the different heights and massings that were proposed over the years for this site. So starting with the June 2019 numbers, the city proposed a 15-story building with 150 units. Our volunteers at HousingNowTO, a civic tech and open data program, looked at those numbers, looked at available affordable housing programs, and asked the eternal question, does it pencil? Does it make any financial sense for an affordable housing project at 15 stories on this site? The answer was an unequivocal no in June of 2019. In July of 2019, we came back and submitted to council an alternative vision with a more sensible and rational massing, which was 26 stories, 293 units. We were somewhat not welcome in our suggestions by certain members of staff and council. We were the barbarians at the gate. Midtown in Focus had just been overruled by Doug Ford, and anybody who thought additional height and density in Midtown was a thing was probably on Team Doug Ford. Our shirts are blue, but that's the only thing about us that agrees with Doug Ford. So the staff said maybe it needs a little bit more height. So a few months later, they came back at 18 stories, and it was 180 units. We've now waited 4 years to get where we are today. You have an Indigenous organization, you have Ellis Don, who are great people, community builders, people who know the math. And what have they shown up with today, 4 years later? 28 stories and 294 units. If we compare our proposal from 2019 to Ellis Don's proposal today and the Indigenous organizations, we're almost identical on heights. They're a little bit taller than us because the floor plate's a little bit different. But we're 293 units versus 294 units. We were within 4% on the GFA and the residential GFA. And the reason this matters, we're not here to dunk. We're here to say the mayor has an aggressive affordable housing program, 65,000 units of housing by 2030. You got 7.5 years or 6.5 years to do that. We can't waste years talking about 15 and 18-story buildings and wasting staff time and money and community consultations talking to the neighbors about buildings that are never going to get built. And it matters because it impacts the costs. We looked at the costs in 2019, if you'd have built that building then. We also adjusted those costs into 2023 dollars with the inflation difference. And now we look at the building today. So in 2019, you would have been building at about $553 a square foot for your hard and your soft costs. For now, that same building per square foot is $690 per square foot. So you're paying an additional 30 to 40%. The interest rate in 2019 was 0.5%, maybe 1%. Now it's 5% as of this morning. So the cost of servicing that loan to this Indigenous group is also higher. We're not here to dunk. We don't want to do that. We're here to say if there's a new sheriff in town in the mayor's office, we need everybody in this building, in every department, and over at Metro Hall and in all the agencies and divisions to get with the program and to drive these buildings by the math. Does it pencil? Does it scale? And how do we make these programs go faster? The way you've been doing this for the last 5 years on what was formerly the mayor's #1 housing program isn't good enough. This is like going to the gym. If I say I want to run a marathon as part of my New Year's resolution, or I want to lose 20 pounds, I need to change my day-to-day behavior. I need to change my diet. I need to change my exercise. I need to get more sleep. I need to get my reps in. Everybody in this building, you need to get your reps in on affordable housing. And you need to measure your success daily, weekly, monthly, not a couple of times a year. And that's my time. Thank you.